we actually developed our striking before we kind of developed our MMA game, our ground game. We really like hit bags all day, did shin conditioning all day. Punch the bags, bare knuckle, old karate style. My brother was making us do the whole Mr. Miyagi type of workout. These guys won't be able to take a hit the way we take hits. When you kick them, they're going to feel it. When you punch them, they're going to feel it just because you know how to punch better. You know how to kick harder. We're coming for everyone's head, and just know that we're here. So pull up.
What's up? This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. We're streaming live from League City here at the Clear Life HQ. I got a guest here in studio. We're going to find out everything that he has going on. Hey, what's up?
What's up, guys? It's Marco, aka the Senpai here, fighting out of House of Dragons. Happy to be here.
So you just got done with the title victory. You had that title shot. You won the title, and I want to talk all about that. But the only thing is that the original fight, it was with Kevin Martinez, and you cut some of the most intense promos whenever we went to the gym beforehand, calling out Kevin, talking, hey, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, accomplished at a great gym and all these things. And we had all this content ready to go. Said, hold up, we can't release it.
Yeah.
Some things happen, which is the fight game, right?
Exactly.
but what happened?
Yeah, man. So we originally scheduled for me and Kevin Martinez fighting for the flyweight title.
Yeah.
He's at the top of his game on his end. I'm at the top of mine. I'm a very well-decorated Muay Thai fighter. I wouldn't even say kickboxer because I haven't debuted that yet. But he's solidified himself in the jiu-jitsu game, in the ground game, right? And so it was personal for me because I wanted to knock that out of like my personal belt of fighting a black belt. Can I really defend myself and go off that moment and take part of what I need to do, which is beating him.
Yeah.
So when that matchup was said to me from Chris, I was more than excited. I just knew that I was going to test myself in ways I haven't before, and it was going to be super fun. So, and in all respect to Kevin, it just stinks that, what happened to him. He is like I believe his MCL tore right before, like 2 weeks out from the fight, and that's when that whole shebang happened, which was kind of pretty cool. Like, it was cool that we got to experience that little, like Kevin Holland, Chimaev switch in, like, change of the card. But it was still cool that I got to fight. All respect to Kevin. I hope he has a speedy recovery because he would be someone I would love to defend against.
We went and filmed with Kevin, and he seemed a little, I wasn't there. We sent one of our guys, and they were like, yeah, he was really quick. Kind of just had to go. And it just seemed like we got the interview, and then later we realized, man, I think, he was probably dealing with an injury and all that stuff, but I think that would be a good fight to see. And we still have that footage that could be released. It was like, oh, you need to come back out. You already talked to him directly. You told him what you thought.
Yeah, no, and Kevin, when you watch this, just know, it's still the same mentality, still the same way I'm going to come at you. I'm going to go and kick your head off. That's a given. But I met the guy. He's a real cool guy. I met him at the event. He was actually cornering the guy Angel fought, and when Angel put his guy out, I was like, yeah, what's up? But I met Kevin. He was a pretty cool guy. He didn't seem that big. I knew if I touch it with my hands, he'll probably go out the same way that I thought Marcelo would go out, but Marcelo's a dog. Respect to him. And I just didn't think he's a well-decorated jiu-jitsu artist, but I don't think he's cut from the same cloth as me in like all of my dragons for being tough on the hands,
Yeah. So walk me through that fight with Marcelo.
Yeah, man.
Did you see the interview that I had with
Yeah, I watched that.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. He's a tight dude.
Yeah, he is.
Me and him kicked it after. Like, we just said respect to each other. Like, we threw on the fight of the night. Every fight I ever fight is the fight of the night. We tried to, I told him, I kept on telling him, like, let's put on a show. Not any smack talk, but I was just ready. Like, I was anxious. It kind of changed my camp a little bit and changed my game because I was so set on, like, a striking mentality against Kevin that I wasn't even going to touch the ground. And I've been working on my jiu-jitsu a lot. That's why my brother, he kind of chewed me out a little bit after my fight, even after the title, right? You think, oh, all the glory. But we, celebrated, had fun. But he chewed me out, like, saying I wasn't supposed to do a lot of things that I did in that fight. And even, like, that night of the fight, I didn't feel as accomplished as I should have. Even though we had a 5-round banger, fight of the night, everything. I feel like I did a lot of things wrong in that fight that I could very much so work on and elevate me to the next game.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was tight. He was a dog, though. I punched him. I hit him with stuff that I'd put people out in sparring, not even trying. In my last fight, landed that same combo that I knocked my last guy out with on him like 8 times throughout the fight. and he just looked at me and kept walking forward. And it was like that scene from, I don't know if you ever seen not the like Bruce Lee movie, but the one about him, where there's like a scene in there where he's having a dream and his son is like being attacked, and like it's just a monster. He's like hitting him all that he can. He's like, run, and just hitting him, kicking him, and nothing's happening. That's what I felt in the fight with Marcelo. I hit him with like a jab, a 2, a head kick, stepped back, feinted, threw a 1-2. He was still in front of me, and then I heard the 10-second bell, threw a flying knee, still there, and then I just unloaded like a 10-piece combo. He was still there. So I was like, once that happened in the second round, I knew we were going 5.
Yeah. Well, the first round was nuts in itself. That was a crazy first round, and I remember what you're talking about with the second round too. And then it kept going, and then it was a great fight.
No, yeah, dude, it was props to him for sure, especially that being his second fight.
Yeah.
I give I give anyone the respect that takes a fight against me, because they know what they're getting into. They know that they can get slept, that they can get hurt really bad, and especially in Muay Thai, that they'll get cut up.
Yeah. Even watching, I think the first round, because that was back and forth. It was back and forth, but I was like, as I was watching, because I was right there, filming him by the cage, and then going back and we watch it every which way. I was like, I don't think Marco would tap even. It's like, I don't think Marco.
No, he was gonna break that arm, like that arm bar that he hit on me. I honestly like totally forgot about it. But even when he got the choke in the 5th round, he locked it in. Like he was gonna win that fight. He was gonna make the comeback of the year. It was all mentality. It was mentality that told me like, nah, no way. I just beat his ass for 5 rounds and I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
And so I had to like persevere and turn my head and get out of that like position. So it was pretty cool. Cool experience too.
Yeah. Well, even your gym, they come out, and I was talking to Marcelo, like they, Fight Lab, they come out too, but there's a big support like system there. One of the fighters from House of Dragons come out. There's the young, there's kids, there's adults, there's everybody, right? And so that was a great matchup. You can feel the intensity in the room and just the support from the Houston crowd, I guess. Right?
Yeah, and that was, I mean, respect to his team too. They're a pretty badass team. Like I give them all the respect. Like they're tremendous wrestlers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was even funny. Like as soon as like we finished the fight, we had to go out on their side of the cage where all of his people were, and I don't know who it was. It was some guy that was yelling, "Hey, you want a rematch, right? You want a rematch, right?" And I looked at Marcelo, I saw his like face leaking, and I was like, ask him if he wants the rematch. But I'm always down to fight whoever. If the match is there, like it's my amateur career. All I got to do is just make weight, beat someone up, and then see what happens next.
Yeah, that's
always down for it.
Yeah, for the amateur career, that's the goal. But like, I guess tell me a little bit about House of Dragons. Like, how did that start, and what's it like there?
Yeah, man. So it started with my brother just traveling the world, learning different martial arts. Right when he was my age, where I'm at now, me and Angel, 22, 23, he like just saved up all of his money and took off to the world, and then went to Thailand, saw a temple, and like had a whole like Batman moment to make a symbol. And that's pretty much what House of Dragons is. A gym is fun for us. That's what we are. Like we're a dojo, obviously. We have fighters. We have a competition team. But what it is a beacon to spread martial arts, to let people know that there's an outlet, to show people that you don't have to, take the coward's way out. You don't have to be there by yourself to go through trauma, tribulations, whatever. One, we're big Christians, or we're very open about that. Our gym is me and my brother, Angel, we actively talk about our faith and how it can help us and transition us into martial arts. Because it's only 3 people that we like to say this in there, or 4, I guess. You, your opponent, the ref, and the Lord, So that's what we try to do, is just spread martial arts in the sense of that there's hope for yourself.
Yeah.
You could be at home depressed, sad, even the happiest, at the peak of your life where you're making all the money, but you still feel that void.
Right.
That's why you see a lot of like Mark Zuckerberg, he's already done life. He beat the game of life. But what is he doing now? In the corner of Volkanovski. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just fun for him. And that's what it is for martial arts. I'm not trying to, when people come in, because I'm a very active coach as well. I'm the team captain, but I also make sure that Angel's on par with everything he needs to do. He's eating his meals like he needs to. Our up-and-coming fighters that are in the smoker level, and even our kids, because our kids team is just tremendous. They're at the top of their game. We have Cole fighting, I believe. If you haven't seen Cole, he's the 1-0 kid that's BA for Texas Muay Thai. and he had a
With the blonde hair.
yeah, awesome fight. His nickname's Scrappy. It's right after his dad. His dad.
Scrappy. Yeah, I talked to his dad and I talked to him, and we did a highlight video for him.
Yeah, he's so that kid. He's got all the tools.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a good example of just what we preach at House of Dragons. Him and there's another kid that's his best friend. He just hasn't like hit the scene yet.
Mhm.
Once he like knows that he's a BA, he's gonna be just like Cole, you know, and they're gonna be like that Goten and Trunks going up. And that like Cole is just the determination of just a animal, you know, like nothing's gonna stop him. You have to literally put that kid out in order to stop. Where like tell him to, hey bro, like go take some water. You've worked out too much. Like calm down. And then the other kid's name is Clayton as well, and he's like the next Haggerty. Like to a T, he has technique down, right? So those two together, someone with an insane mindset, someone with insane skill, build each other up to the point where he has insane skill and he will grow to be strong mentally. So that's and that's how me and Angel are. Me and Angel have taught each other to not like get personal in sparring, but we, you know, whenever I have to hit him, he has to hit me back. And it's not anything, it's like what happens. Once that bell rings, hey, we're best friends again, you know? And they understand that too at their age. So I can only imagine what they're going to be, even when they're 16, 17. Yeah. I project that they're going to debut 1FC, be one of those young up-and-comers that are just phenomenal. And the whole world will see their skill.
It's awesome.
And that's just what House of Dragons shows. You know, that's being a martial artist and a dojo is one aspect of what we are. We do a lot of media coverage, covering fights, just posting highlight reels of people getting knocked out, you know? People don't like that sometimes, but hey, it's like, what's what it is. You know, it's the game we sign up for. If I would have gotten triangled in the first round from a guy who's 1-0, it's what happens. You know, like this jiu-jitsu title I got coming up, he's some like 17, 16-year-old prodigy. You know, you don't think I thought about like, dang, I'm going to get tabbed by a little 16-year-old, you know? But it's just what we have to do. It's the game we play. If I get slept, I mean, yeah, I have to watch my highlight reels on Instagram probably of me getting knocked out. But it's just, you know, it's what it is. And that's one other aspect of it. And then the last aspect is just to be you. You know, like House of Dragons is also for martial artists, but it's for people who just want to advance in life. You know, we do a lot of business. We do a lot of like just real estate, transitional work, like working with different construction companies and all that stuff too, seeing new investments. Because, you know, we're martial artists, but me and my brother, you know, our father taught us to be businessmen as well and have a strong mentality when it comes to taking on life. That's why the martial arts game has been such a good aspect for us, me and my brother, as, you know, brothers growing up, because that was like our thing, is that he taught me how to throw a kick, a punch, defend myself, because it was just whatever to me. I was just like, he's like, do 200 push-ups. Okay, whatever. It's boring. I want to go play video games. Throw 100 kicks. Okay, whatever. But now, like, that I turned 18, I was like, oh, this fight game's cool. Let me get into it. And never look back. So,
yeah, and I was talking to Angel, you know, on the last episode, and I mentioned it's different whenever y'all come out. I think even like your brother, well, the way he carries himself is kind of like a businessman. I've seen him wear, you know, like a suit, you know, sometimes where it's different than it's just different. It stands out, and it stands out in a good way. It's like, oh yeah. They looks like they mean business. They look good. They feel good. They look cool. You know, it's just, I don't know.
And that's what we bring, man. Like, we're not trying to impress nobody. It's just who we are.
Yeah.
You know, like Angel, he loves like putting on all of his like music that he plays at the dojo, and it's a totally different vibe at the gym than when I play my music and I'm teaching. And not saying like it's bad or it's good. It's different. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. Now we're learning something, you know, a different way to box, a different way to slip, a different way to throw a jab. So I really enjoy that aspect of the Dragons because, like he said, we're in his last episode, that we bring all like lives together, all different styles, and we try to just, you know, feed off each other. And, oh, this guy's a BA wrestler. How do you defend a takedown that way? Oh, this guy is a phenomenal Golden Glove boxer. How'd you like slip and counter that way? Yeah. So that's what we just bring to House of Dragons. My brother, on the other hand, you know, everyone sees his confidence, and it's not bullshitting. You know, a lot of people have false confidence. And you really see that in fighters when they have false confidence. Like, I've seen guys go out there like, yeah, hey, I'm ready to go. And then they're so stiff and they get slept. And it's about being relaxed and understanding who you are as an individual. And he's taught me that at a very young age, to figure out who I am. And don't get me wrong, I've had trouble trying to figure that out. I still have trouble trying to figure that out at 23, right? But that's what martial arts brings to us. And that's what he did teach me, is how to always be humble to yourself and see new beginnings and see different aspects of what someone's teaching you.
your brother competes for karate combat, right?
Yeah.
What's that been like cornering him? I've seen some footage and stuff. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Some crazy things happen apparently, but
Yeah.
what's that like? Your words, yeah.
It's a movie, you know, like
Media Day, because I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff that y'all do. I'm like, man, this is what, you know, we're here at Clear Life, to be honest. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, that's what we're striving for. We're trying to build here on the regional level. And I feel like, you know, we're making strides, and every day we try to, but then I see that, I'm like, oh man, this is so cool. This is what we want to do. This is what, you know, y'all, the karate combat and organizations like that are doing. So what's it like?
It's cool, man. Karate combat is like different type of production than going to like 1FC, UFC, right? It's not like the craziest crowd, but it's a very selective crowd. So they're like, instead of like letting people just come in and pay for a ticket, they're gonna, you know, bring in celebrities like Mike Perry, you know, the Tua girl, you know, that wasn't the last one. Yeah, they bring in like, you know, countless celebrities. They like, now they have influencers being a part of like their commentating team, just because like it's bringing more crowd. People are understanding that the game that we are now in new age is that it's about the clicks, it's about the likes. So like you said, like this, like production is what fighters need, right? You can see badass fighters left and right throughout all of the world, you know, but you're never going to hear about them. You know, you're never going to see them fighting on the big screen. They're out there for sure. You're an idiot if you don't think that. But it's about how like you market yourself, how you post yourself.
Right.
And that's what we kind of like did without trying to do it. We just, oh, okay, I thought this was a cool video, let me post it. And it just kind of took off from there. And like you were saying with the media, karate combat, it's pretty intense. You know, they do like the press conferences, and at my brother's last press conference, they had like a whole little like gimmick to them, and it was just bad. You could tell it was fake. And my brother, he just, you know, if you put him on a mic, he's gonna make sure you know that he's on the mic. So it was cool though. You know, the face-offs were intense. The battle itself in his last fight was awesome. It was a BS call, BS decision in everyone's eyes. Like, I don't care who, even his team said that to us in the after party. Him himself, the opponent that he fought, was like, bro, I would never want a rematch against you. You're too much of a dog. Like, said that face to face in front of me. I have a video of it, you know? But it's like, people don't know that. People don't see those things that are behind the scenes. So it's cool. It's cool to really see that the martial arts world can even bring you together. Because like I was saying, behind doors at the VIP party, we're hanging out, taking drinks with our opponent just now. And then before that was that whole crazy shebang,
which got more views than maybe the whole event did, you know, in a different platform. You see it at every platform, and there's House of Dragons is on everything, on everybody's phone. You know, you talking about this, you know, the Hawk Tua girl being there, you know, versus let's say there's an arena full of 15,000 people there, and okay, 15,000 people saw it, but if the Hawk Tua girl's there and she posts it or someone else does, that potentially millions of people will be exposed.
And that's what I kind of like, I guess that's why the president got a lot of, I guess, hate towards it, what happened.
It's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up. There was like how many people were in that situation, and he went to get the finish? Like, bro.
He's a dog, dude. Like, no one's going to stop him. If you see, like, in the clip, I'm, like, trying to hold him down, and then he does, like, a perfect,
like, your technique and stuff.
Like, all right, he's gone. But, no, dude, that's what everyone was commenting, like, oh, yeah, he shouldn't have done that. He already had, like, 80 dudes on him, you know, and it took, like, all those 10 dudes, or, like, 100 dudes, however many there were, I lost count, to like just hold him down, dude.
Right.
He was an animal in his own right. So
yeah.
But it was wild, man. It was a cool experience. We had like you know, the Universal Studio security, we had Karate Combat security, and then we had the Florida State Police. So it was a handful, you know. Yeah, the only thing that sucks is I didn't get to see like my brother. I didn't get to hug him after his glorious fight. It was like a Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner type of fight. You know, it was like, if you thought my fight was cool, that fight was intense. Like, that fight was like, I even have dreams. I'm like, dang, man, he won that fight. Like, nah, fuck that. You know, like, it was cool. So, but yeah, dude, that's just what we are. We like to bring intensity, and we're about it too. Like, that guy, like, you don't understand. Like, people were like, oh, why did he rush? But no one saw what was happening behind scenes. He was making remarks to my nieces and nephews and my sister-in-law, you know. They even, like, the Karate Combat, like you said, it's all about the production, the clicks and all that. He knows what he's doing, the president.
Yeah.
his room was literally 2 doors down from us. So when I was going to get ice, oh, hey, what's up? You know, I was going to get a drink at 2 a.m. I saw his girlfriend walking up to their room. Like, and we saw him we were literally in the elevator with him at one point. Just like,
Yeah.
so.
And I was interested to see what was going to come out of it after, unless he said, "Oh, they're welcome back." Like anytime, all this.
No, it was all cool. Yeah. Like, that's that. Like I was saying, like he knew that. Okay, I can get some views. Like
I think so.
but I mean, right or wrong, it happened. So we're past it now. It's cool. We're on to bigger and better things. Only doors have opened for us since then. To be honest, like my homeboy, the one that the video was about, Donovan. He's actually in Thailand.
Saying that.
Yeah, he's just on a mission to be the best in the world. That guy has determination, like I've never seen before. So. And that's why we have him a part of our team, That's why we love to have him there representing and being a part of the Dragons, because he's a dog, Like he's exactly what we want. We're not saying we want all we want people that are gonna cause scenes or anything, but if you're gonna mess with our homies, mess with our boys,
yeah,
you're gonna find out what's happening afterwards, So that's just the mentality. Like we're from Houston, what I'm saying? We're not from wherever that guy was from, Puerto Rico or whatever. Like they probably lived a lavish life over there. We have too. You can't complain. We're not in a third world country, but we're also from Houston. You get robbed just going to get Frank's Pizza. So yeah, it's just the life we live, dude. And it's like you're gonna make fun. Like if you're gonna talk, just know that words mean something, and hopefully your actions pay for it. So
right. What do you think about the pit when it comes to karate? And then CJI just happened where they did the grappling in the pit as well. Are you a fan of the pit personally?
It's cool, dude, but I got a chance to move around in it, and it's just awkward. It's really awkward. Like, when you're backing up, you either feel like you're going to bounce off of something with your back, but you just fall,
Yeah.
You have to, use your foot as placement to recover and get your balance back. But it's a cool little aspect, dude. It's different. It's definitely, transition to more of, just the strikers promotion, It's definitely still karate-based. They still have, they call them the karatekas, the guys who are so into, oh, I should be doing your punch this way and all that stuff. There's definitely those guys and room for those guys, but you're seeing the Muay Thai aspect come into it. And funny story, you actually kind of my brother put that idea together to the president, and we were able to get the Eddie guy and all that stuff, and they were gonna have Y2K out there at one point. I guess that just didn't work out, but it was a cool idea that my brother presented to the president, and they executed, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, it's just a cool aspect. It's a cool promotion, and I'm just happy to be a part of it because my brother worked his ass off for it. He literally put himself into that promotion. People don't actually know that that's his fourth fight in general.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he went straight to pro because he just had belief in his skill. He had belief that he's just a dog, And I believe it. He believed and proved it to everybody that night.
Right. Also, I think we talked about how getting views and all that stuff. It has to play a part in promotion. If you can market yourself, if you can market a fight or market, then a promoter, you can almost become undeniable in a way where, hey, they have a following, they're going to get views, they're going to get eyes on this, and they have the skill. What's not to like?
Yeah, man.
Right.
And that's all it's about, dude. Is just promoting yourself. Obviously, like you said, the technique has to be there, the skill has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I plan on making a whole series of videos on how I'm gonna take 4 different sports, basically, MMA, this jiu-jitsu belt. Next month, I'm gonna just try to slaughter that kid. The third one is gonna be the kickboxing fight that Angel's gonna be fighting on for a belt as well. And then we have our boy coming back. I don't know if you've ever seen Ben the Berserker, but he's a monster on his own right. He's a phenomenal kickboxer. And he just, life hit him. He had 2 kids back to back. So he just took a break to become a dad. And now he's going to be back in this November with us. So if you haven't seen him, check him out. He's just got only finishes. And yeah, man, it's just cool. We're all the way going to the top. And then after that kickboxing belt, I'm just going to go try to take a Muay Thai belt because that's just what I came from. And I don't think those guys can really handle my karate too. So
what about the grappling match? Who do you know who that is against?
Yeah, I think Gavin Gasher or something no, I call him Gigi. But
it's Gavin something.
Yeah. But he's a prodigy. He's a sick dude. So I don't want to give out too many of my secrets, but I got a couple tricks on my sleeve just for that guy in particular.
It's just special for you.
Yeah, just a little special. Plus, I just want to show everyone like I kind of made some dumb decisions in my last fight because Marcelo's a good wrestler, but I don't think he's a better grappler than me. I believe that, he put me in a couple submission attempts, so I can't like talk too much crap about it, but I also felt like I made a lot of mistakes. I felt like I gave him a name in a way, and respect to him. I'm a fan of his YouTube. I subscribe. I'm like, man, this dude's hilarious whenever he talks, like the way he expresses his emotions in his videos, and it's very real too. That's why it's not like, oh man, like, there's no hate, at all, but it's also like, I just fought that guy, so I'm not best friends with him, so. But yeah, man, that's why we just try to bring that mentality everywhere. So
yeah, awesome. How do you like fighting for Elevate?
Dude, it's cool. Chris has been very kind. He's a really cool. You see the hustle in him. That's what I like about Chris. Chris, you just know that it's in his Instagram handle. It's make it happen, Chris. Right? If some things need to happen, like it's gonna like that whole fight, that whole scenario of us like losing, my opponent backing out 2 weeks before the fight. The only thing that pisses me off about that whole night is that they took away my main event for, like, I guess Texas reasons, and that was past Chris's like hands. Like he couldn't handle that. It was like commission stuff. But he even kept the poster of me as the main event, like when you walked into the venue. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, man, he's helping me out get opportunities, but he also sees that I'm putting in my work. I'm posting videos. A lot of the guys that you see on Elevate right now, that's the big initiative that he needs is for more interviews with y'all, to post more reels about your fight coming up, make posts, stories, tag them. And a lot of fighters don't do that right now. Now they're starting to. Everyone's starting to wake up and make their like little, oh, this is what I eat in the morning. Oh, this is like my day in the life of training as a pro fighter or whatever. But it's like, those guys are getting a little too late, and hopefully they make a name for themselves. But y'all don't want to be stuck here in Houston for long. So that's also like the big thing too. I want to belt run and start belt hunting everybody, any sport, going out of state if I have to, flying in champions if I have to. I'll pay for guys to come out here and fight me,
Yeah.
I'll pay for a guy from Arizona who's at the top of his amateur game to come out here. I'll pay for the ticket, I want to fight the best of the best to get myself better. By the time, like, everyone wants to go like 5 fights, get a belt, if that, go pro. And then have a very rough pro career in the beginning. Maybe they like humble back, they rally up, cool. But I want to just knock out everyone in fashion, of course, but I want to have every fight that's like a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
The title was great. It was awesome. It's now hung up in the dojo. It's not like it's a trophy, it's a case, But what that gave me was a door to open for title shot, experience. By the time I go into the UFC, I want to be able to, fight the champion right off the bat. Like 2 fights in, I'm calling out the champion,
Yeah.
So that's just the mentality. And that's what we train at House of Dragons, just to be relentless. Like, my brother wouldn't put us in a position that we weren't ready for. A matchup that we couldn't handle. We take all the smoke. We want all the smoke. But he also is a very strategic person. He's like a champion class chess player. He's insanely smart when it comes to strategy and battle. So we always approach every situation, every opponent, with not a strategy, because strategies fail, but with a game plan, because that's always going to stick.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. And even like when there's an opponent switch up, you can just have to adjust.
Yeah,
those little things, like adjust.
Little things, and I felt like I didn't adjust too much. I feel like I adjusted a lot. I shouldn't have adjusted too much, because he was just trying to take me down, and he fought the fight that I wanted, striking. But like, he went in for a takedown, I'll try to pull the guillotine. It's like simple stuff like that is what I'm working on, to not make mistakes in, and to be more flow, like just lat drop at them like what Angel did.
Yeah, Angel like put on a takedown defense clinic.
That's what I'm saying.
It was nice.
And that's what I, like, in my mind, I thought I was doing throughout the fight, and I was like, oh snap, he's punching me, he's on top of me. So there's a lot of things you gotta watch out for. So it's cool, man. And it was like in the corner, I got real anxious, I guess, because like it was my first title fight, and then I saw him. I was just like, okay, he's a real dog. I don't know why, but it was my first time fighting someone with tattoos. I was like, oh shit, like, he's gonna be. I was like, he's a real about the local,
Yeah. Well, he came out and we talked about this, and whenever I had the chance to sit down with him, because he has Houston on his chest, came out with the cowboy hat with the Mexican OT
Yeah.
and stuff on as well. But like, and he talked because obviously with his YouTube, he's trying to brand himself, market himself, stand out a little bit. And that's the thing. I was like, what does Houston mean to you being from Houston? And it is a thing. It means something to all of us because we're from here, you know, even if you aren't, there's people that adapt that, you know, once they move here from wherever, it's a whole thing, you know, and maybe some places can relate, but a lot of places can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I remember in my my debut in Louisiana for AKA, I came out to Forever Tippin', just a straight up Houston native song. And I remember like the lady who like does the announcing was like, take your time. This is your moment, your debut, embrace it. And the moment I walk out, I hear a guy saying, F you, Houston. And that just like threw me off, bro. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, snap. And then like people aren't for me, you know, because before it was just cool, dude. Like it was so fun just to go into kickboxing tournaments, people cheer me on. But I never realized like I'm actually fighting someone. It was just, I like to entertain. I've always been an entertainer. Always like just try to make people smile, not be the center of attention, but just, you know, like see the light of everything. And like, and actually that guy that I lost to in Louisiana, Nevin Drehouse, he's a BA dude. He just fought for Peak and won the belt at 135. And he's my only loss, but he was also in my corner that fight. That little white guy you saw just running up and recording everything. It's funny because he kind of just forced himself into my life. We became like, he's a really strong Christian as well.
Yeah.
And we just had a bunch of conversations about Jesus and our walks with Christ. And he just was like, hey, I'm coming to watch you fight. I was like, all right, cool. And then, you know, he spent the night at the dojo versus having to pay a hotel room. I was like, bro, like at any time, you drove out here 3 hours to come see me. And now we're cool, man. Like we're training buddies. We work together a lot. For his next fight, I'm probably going to go out there. Me and Angel are just going to go out there, give him some bodies.
Where's he at?
In Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So.
Yeah. You like Louisiana?
Nah, it's cool, dude. I want to go back there and fight. There's a couple things I want to switch to my camp that I felt like affected me this camp that I should work on more. And, you know, mentality-wise, like getting through a lot of things. This is actually like the first camp that I had a girlfriend, right? And I told her straight up, like, you're about to see me at my worst. So at the weight cut and everything, I was like, so a month in, I was like, you're either going to see, like, if you want to be with me or not. It's up to you. Well, I'm worried about this fight, and that's it. And then she's been an anchor for me, dude, just supporting me, helping me just make meals and being the anchor that I need, bro. So it was pretty cool.
Does she train? Is that how you met her, or how'd you meet her?
Nah, man, she actually works at the church that's like right down the street from the dojo. And then the guy I was just telling you about, Ben, that's like his wife is best friends with her.
Okay.
And we've known each other throughout high school, but we just really like connected and started talking, and she helped me with my walk with Christ. And that's all it was this camp, dude. It was just understanding who I am and what I was put on this earth to do, and to get closer to God and entertain these people. So
that's good. You know, and I asked this to Angel, but like, you know, how have you found yourself getting closer to God? Like what's kind of, I guess, led to that?
When I found out it was about relationship and not religion, you know, it's what Jesus did for us, dude, is different. You know, it's like, it's something that no fighter could ever go through, you know? It's something that we all wish that we can handle. You know, like, oh, yeah, I can take on anything. You know, I'm the strongest man in the world, but we're not, you know, and without him, we're nothing. And that's like, I found that in myself. You know, like no one had to really teach me that. I just had answers, or I had questions, and I found the answers to it. And I just found out that he, like in every single book, every single religion, he's the one that's always about like, yeah, I died, you know, and what I did was for you, not for me, not for anything. It was so you could be saved and so you can strive to be the best version of yourself. And that's why we bring martial arts into my faith, because like those are the two things, dude. I feel it's like superpowers. Like I prayed before that fight. Like the moment I got in that cage, I just felt like ultra instinct, you know, like I felt like a Dragon Ball Z character, just ready to go, powered up, and ambitious. You know, it's like I just knew it wasn't in my hands. Whatever I had to do, it was gonna happen. So it's helped a lot, man. Just clarity, definitely with discipline to keep training. We don't want to wake up in the morning. Just like to not give up on yourself.
Yeah, I feel like martial arts is very spiritual in itself.
Yeah,
right. It's an experience. You know, a lot of people, you know, who may not even believe in a God or whatever, will find relief or find like a peace there, and they don't know why. It's just a spiritual thing in itself. It's something bigger than ourselves. It's friendships and relationships and brotherhood is found, or a team, and it's that camaraderie, or like I don't know, like a brotherhood or sisters, a family, right?
I agree too, man. Like I'm not like a rock believer or nothing, but you'll see like Jared Cannonier, and I even like posted on the UFC like, oh, his rocks won't save him now. Because, like you're looking to the universe or something, but, I just don't believe that, there's something else other than, like, what the Lord did for us, what Jesus did for us. And the spiritual world is definitely there, like, it's there, bro. Like, there's a reason why we pray and feel better. There's a reason why we, like, look up and say, just, why, Like, you don't have to be a Christian to sit down and get down on your knees and have a breakdown, you know what I mean? Have a true talk with yourself. I don't think that's like anything other than, God speaking to you and like finally making you realize like you want to believe or not.
Right.
So,
yeah, I like it. Even those spiritual principles, I think, that are in the Bible and are just there, right?
Mm.
Whether you believe in God or not, they're still like, it's like the law, like gravity. I think on the spiritual side, there's things that are just as real as that. And I think even that camaraderie, that we weren't meant to just like go through things alone or just look at a phone all day.
Exactly.
And that's what kind of leads, or eat like crap, and leads to, us feeling depressed or anxiety and all those things, which, people struggle with those things and they're real. But I think that martial arts, a relationship with God, friendship, a relationship with a significant other or wife, those are all things that are potentially like spiritual laws that will help us to feel right, how we were created to be, right?
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a challenge versus you know what I'm saying? And then it's up to you to give it, to say it's not actually my challenge, to stop being selfish and to stop wanting to take on all these burdens when, when he already did that for us.
So you have that title fight, the kickboxing with, that's with Elevate, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you see that going?
It's actually the matchup that they've given me. I think it's confirmed. So we'll find out like later when this podcast comes out, but it's actually like a very close friend of mine in the fight community. And it was like weird at first because, he's just a friend, right? Like he's someone that I've sparred with, someone that's come to the dojo, and he's actually really about the dojo. He's the first time we came to like a giant group sparring, like cross-trained spar. He saw all of us like, oh, my dragons are here. What's up? Yeah. And, he's a cool guy, but at the end of the day, it's a matchup, like I'll flip that switch, and we're homies afterwards. I'll buy him a drink, I'll buy him a shot afterwards, and we'll hang out, we'll be friends again. But I'm on a path of no return, in my opinion. Like, I'm too deep in this game. I want to just belt hunt, and it sucks that he has to be the opponent, but he also didn't have to accept the fight. So my goal is just to knock out, or take out the guy in jiu-jitsu, tap him out, fight the guy I'm going to fight, my friend, and just go see what happens with that. I'm not going to, I don't really care to talk too much or make any predictions. Out of respect to him, I could say what I said about Kevin Martinez. Hopefully, about Kevin. Yeah, hopefully that footage will come out one day. You'll see Kevin. But, yeah, man, I just have respect to him. And then after that, I want to fight Muay Thai again, this time without shin guards. I've only ever fought Muay Thai with shin guards. And I just want to elbow someone again. Like, if that title fight, I was able to throw elbows, like there would have been a doctor stoppage within the second round.
Did the first time Muay Thai is awesome, right? I feel like it's easy to watch. If somebody is into like entertainment and they have never seen a combat sport before, like Muay Thai is like, wow, this can get brutal. It can get brutal quick. But I didn't realize how much the shin elbow pads made as soon as they come off.
It's different.
It's almost like a different sport potentially.
Yeah, dude, you got like a bat just keep on whacking you. I don't know if you've seen like Timbachai's fight. He's a phenomenal. He's a champion at 145 Muay Thai.
Okay.
And he just breaks people's arms. He had like his kickboxing debut and broke the guy's arm. So just keep on kicking it,
Yeah.
And it's different. That's why I was actually telling Archangel that we're kind of different in our own right. We're kind of like Wolverine in a sense, because we actually developed our striking before we kind of developed our MMA game, our ground game. We really like hit bags all day, did shin conditioning all day. punch the bags, bare knuckle, old karate style. My brother was making us do the whole Mr. Miyagi type of workout, and that's why I told myself, like, these guys won't be able to take a hit the way we take hits. When you kick them, they're going to feel it. When you punch them, they're going to feel it just because you know how to punch better. You know how to kick harder. That's why Alex Pereira, he just sleeps everybody, dude. Like, no one can really stand on par with him in his striking because he's a 2-time glory kickboxer. Like, yeah, if you like Jamal Hill, he was on an interview, and they're like, oh, what's your game plan to beat Alex Pereira? Well, I'm gonna beat him. And I was with Demetrius Johnson. He's like, oh, you're gonna take him down, you're gonna hold him, wrestle him, elbow him. It's like, no, I'm gonna strike with him. And then we all saw what happened, So it's like, you can't have that delusion, but you have to have that confidence. So like the delusion comes in Jamal Hill, confidence comes in Chama. He understands if the takedown goes, he just has to sprawl, get up. That's what I felt like I should have done in my last fight, but didn't. So, but yeah, man, that's why I'm just trying to get at the top of my game, mix it up, and just get better every single second.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Just follow me at the Senpai Senpai 24. Follow the Senpai Striking, book your private lessons. I'll get your striking dynamic. And follow House of Dragons International and HOD Champions. We're on to bigger and better things that a lot of people wish for. We're coming for everyone's head. And just know that we're here. So pull up.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming, hanging out today. This is Guardy with Clear Life Combat. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms. Y'all stay tuned. We got a bunch of big things coming up.